It's that time of year where for the last 15 years, LEGO releases a Winter Village set. And with the release of the new 2023 Winter Village set, Alpine Lodge, I thought I'd take a few minutes and give you my worst to first ranking of every LEGO Winter Village set released since 2009. Now, building techniques have greatly improved over the years, and price points have varied, but I will be basing my rankings on the overall idea and how they fit into the Winter Village theme, opposed to techniques and exclusive parts. Gotta start somewhere, and at the very bottom is number 15, Winter Village Bakery, set number 10216, released in 2010, retailed for only $55 with 687 pieces and 7 minifigures. This is at the bottom of my list because the overall idea of a bakery doesn't fit into my idea of what a Winter Village scene is. I know it's something that you need for every village, but it's not the first thing I think of when I hear Winter Village. The side builds are nice with the ice pond, horse-drawn carriage, and Christmas tree cellar, extremely cute, but this was the second set ever released in the Winter Village line, and I would have had a few suggestions what to do before bakery. Number 14, Winter Village Station, set number 10259, released in 2017 with 902 pieces, retailed for $80 and had 5 minifigures. Once again at the bottom of my list, this isn't a bad set, it's just not what I think of when I hear Winter Village set. Of course, the holidays you have lots of travelers, just not what I would pick by far. The snow accents are nice, and the nougat brown and sand green color combo go well together. It's not just a train station, but also a bus station. And if you have the 2016 holiday train from the previous year, which is coming up on my list, then this is a must-have. Up next, number 13, Winter Village Fire Station, set number 10263, released in 2018 with 1,166 pieces, retailed for $100 and had 8 minifigures. It was so far down on my list because having a fire is the furthest thing I want to think of during Christmas. I understand you need a fire department in a village, and I appreciate the services of fire departments more than anyone, but it's just not what I imagined to have in my Winter Village. I'm also aware that fire departments host toy drives and parades in every city, so I can understand. And it's not last on my list because I really do like the ice pond, Dalmatian mold, and the minifigures in general, but still not what I would choose for the holidays. Number 12, Winter Village Cottage, set number 10229, released in 2012, retailed for $100 with 1,490 pieces and 8 minifigures. This set was the 4th Winter Village installment, and it's just low on my list because the build isn't as appealing, and it got an unofficial remake in 2021 with Santa's Visit, but for Winter Villages to be villages, you need cottages and houses. I will say the flatbed snowplow is pretty awesome, but sets like the Santa's Visit and the new Alpine Lodge do a much better job at filling in the village with structures. Maybe if Santa's Visit wasn't the same color, I wouldn't have as much of an issue with this set. Coming up at number 11, Winter Toy Shop, set number 10249, released in 2015, retailed for $80 with 898 pieces and 8 minifigures. Unofficially, this was a remake of the original 2009 Winter Village Toy Shop, but this remake didn't change much. A few updated parts like some molded pieces compared to being brick built. Personally, in my small village, I wouldn't need 2 toy shops, so this is just low on my list. And the build is exactly the same as the 2009, which I find very odd. Maybe for people that missed the original 2009 Winter Village Toy Shop, this gave them a chance to buy it from LEGO rather than the aftermarket for extremely high markup. Number 10, Winter Village Post Office, set number 10222, released in 2011, retailed for $70 with 822 pieces and had 7 minifigures. If you're going to celebrate the holidays, you're definitely going to have gifts being mailed, so having a post office would be really important to some people. To me, it's not one of the first things I think of when I hear Winter Village, which doesn't make it a bad set, it's just not high on my personal list. The mail truck and the side builds are nice additions to fill out the scene, except why does the mail truck look like a fire truck? Also, the building is just too small for me, but the retail price of $70, so I know it's fair. Looking at number 9, Holiday Main Street, set number 10308, released in 2022, retailed for $100 with 1,514 pieces and had 6 minifigures. The idea of a main street can be very winter holiday themed. This was a newly released set with modern techniques, and as the years progress, LEGO typically does one larger building with some small side builds. This set made me realize, personally, I did not enjoy the multiple builds opposed to just one structure. I don't think of a trolley when I think about a Winter Village scene. Not that it doesn't belong, just not personally what I would pick. It was extremely difficult to move, and I don't think the buildings looked very winterish from a distance, but up close, the details are what you'd expect, just not my favorite. Number 8, Winter Village Market, set number 10235, released in 2013, retailed for $100 with 1,216 pieces and 9 minifigures. This is a fun scene and a lot to look at. I think it fits in perfectly with the later released 2022 Holiday Main Street. The idea of having a town center celebration is relatable. I know this is high on some people's list and has a lot of awesome parts like the unique printed horse. All the mini builds do seem fun, but difficult to move, so you definitely want to mock up a base, which would definitely be fun. Moving right along, number 7 is where I feel my top choices start. Everything here is exactly what I would imagine in a Winter Village scene. Number 7, Santa's Visit, set number 10293, released in 2021, retailed for $100 with 1,445 pieces and had 7 minifigures. An unofficial remake of the 2012 Winter Cottage, which did get rid of a lot of the busy side builds and vehicle. At first, I thought this was just a generic house that Santa visited, but I was wrong. It has a lot of storytelling details and an awesome play feature where Santa can come flying down the chimney, which is iconic to Santa Claus, so that one feature alone makes this set relatable in the Winter Village series. Along with the angled building technique, I think this set really stands out in a good way and fills in the Winter Village scene nicely. Number 6, Winter Holiday Train, set number 10254, released in 2016 with only 734 pieces, retailed for $100 and had 5 minifigures. Every Winter Village has to have a Christmas train, so it was a no-brainer, and I'm surprised it took 8 years to get a holiday train. It's small and looks like what you'd imagine a Christmas train to look like. It could be motorized, but didn't come with the powered functions, but it did come with enough track to make a perfect circle, to probably go around a Christmas tree. The price per piece ratio just seems off, but doesn't change the fact that this is a perfect Winter Village set. Looking at number 5, Santa's Workshop, set number 10245, released in 2014, retailed for $70 with 883 pieces and 6 minifigures. If you're going to have a Christmas scene, you're most definitely going to need Christmas. If you're going to have Christmas, you're most definitely going to need Santa Claus's Workshop. Once again, very surprised it took 6 years to get a workshop. Incredibly cute and detailed scene along with buildable reindeer, long before we got Santa's sleigh with molded reindeer. Also, there's transparent red plates around the window, and I absolutely love that technique. And I just wanted to point out how cool the clock tower piece is. Number 4, Winter Village Toy Shop, set number 10199, released in 2009. Retailed for $60 with 815 pieces and 7 minifigures. This set was officially the first Winter Village set in the line. I'm not going to rank it high just because it was the first, and truthfully, it did have a remake 7 years later in 2015, but it didn't change much with the set, so this is why it's my number 4, because every Winter Village needs a toy store, and that's exactly what I imagined for the Winter Village scene. It might not be my first pick, but it's a very strong way to start out an iconic series, especially for a toy company. It just makes sense to make a toy shop. Number 3, Alpine Lodge, set number 10325, and it was released in 2023, retailed for $100 with 1,517 pieces and had 5 minifigures. Skipping over the 2022 Holiday Main Street, I think LEGO has really found a formula with a single larger structure accompanied by some smaller builds. If you can imagine a winter village, you most definitely see a lodge in the mountains, so I was excited to see somewhat of a fresh idea added to the Winter Village lineup, rather than remakes or more of the same. The overall look and feel, I think, completely nails it, but I'm not sure what the outhouse has to do with the Alpine Lodge or the Winter Village scene, but I guess it's pretty funny. Coming down to one of the last, number 2, Elf Clubhouse, set number 10275, released in 2020, retailed for $100 with only 1,197 pieces and only 4 minifigures, but it included the new molded reindeer. If you have a toy shop with elves, they need somewhere to live, and that's something that isn't often thought about, which creates a very unique storyline. There's several play features within the set, like a waffle dispenser and bunk beds that drop the elves out of bed when it's time to wake up for work. It has a charm that really hasn't been seen in the Winter Village line, and for those reasons, I put it at number 2. Finally, coming in at my number 1 Winter Village slot, Gingerbread House, set number 10267, released in 2019, retailed for $100 with 1,477 pieces, and came with 2 very special minifigures. This checks so many boxes, and I just had to put it as my number 1. Just like the Elf Clubhouse, this idea is so unique in the Winter Village lineup, and in general so iconic in the holiday season. You might see a gingerbread house in somebody's winter village, or you might not. It just depends on the person and their personal vision for their winter village. But for me, it just has so much Christmas whimsical spirit because a gingerbread house is synonymous with Christmas, and to have a gingerbread house made out of Lego just seems like a no-brainer. The glittery, transparent windows are such a nice touch to make it feel like it's actually made out of candy, and if the building wasn't enough, the literal gingerbread minifigures completely put this set over the top for me, which is why I put this as my number 1. So that wraps up my personal worst to first for Winter Village Lego sets from 2009 to 2023. Hopefully you found some entertainment, a little bit of education in my video. The Winter Village collection is an incredibly special theme to me and my family and to many others. I hope the theme never ends. Thank you for watching, and remember, in life and in Lego, never stop building.